Tonight on Dispatches, we send kids undercover to reveal the truth about the food in some of our favourite restaurants.
The chips are really oily.
And use secret surveillance to investigate the real reason Britain's piling on the pounds.
This is 11:24. She's munching away like a good un.
Tonight, do you know how many calories you're clocking up when you eat out?
So your meal comes to a total of 2,674 calories.
And that's not even breakfast.
Or lunch. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We reveal just how fattening restaurant food can be.
1,614 calories.
No wonder I'm putting on weight.
And investigate what we're eating a little closer to home.
Very chewy.
They're very nice.
But is food the only enemy in the war on weight?
It's definitely about genetics. I think you carry the genes from your parents.
My metabolic rate's never been tested by a doctor or anybody medically. Even if I don't eat, I still don't lose weight.
There we go, we got Nando's there. The Bull Pub and Restaurant. And Turkish cuisine.
These days, you can't move for food. When it comes to dining out, we're spoilt for choice.
I've just walked down a typical high street and counted 16 restaurants in the space of about 3 minutes. Last year in Britain, we spent around £8 billion in restaurants. In fact, we're now spending more on eating out than we are on eating in. And all that food and drink is having a serious effect on our waistlines.
People are stunningly unaware of what's in the food that they're eating when they eat out. If you ask people on the high street, what's the amount of calories, what's the amount of sugars, what's the amount of salt in the food you're eating, you'll get an answer which is extreme variance with the constituents of the food they just consumed.
This is in stark contrast to the information you get on supermarket ready meals. So I hit the streets to find out if people know just how many calories there are in restaurant food.
So these are actually all Pizza Hut dishes. Out of these, we've got all the sort of former, probably most common starters there. Which of these would you be most likely to have when you go in there?
Right. Garlic bread with cheese.
Garlic bread with cheese. How many calories do you think that's got in it?
Say 100 calories.
543. Ah. Okay, and then what about the mains?
Number 2.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many calories do you think that's got in it?
Nearly 400 something.
400 and something calories. Ooh,
That's too much.
2,784.
That's too much.
Would you have a dessert?
Yeah, strawberry and white chocolate muffin, yeah.
Strawberry and white chocolate muffin. How many calories do you think that's got in it?
Nearly 200.
Nearly 200.
Yeah.
402. So
Total number of calories is 3,733.
Do you know what your guideline daily amount is as a man?
No.
2,500 calories. So that one meal has taken you well over your guideline daily amount.
Oh, I love
those two. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So let's go for the breaded mushrooms.
Oh, beautiful.
How many calories do you think there are in breaded mushrooms in a portion that you'd get in, say, Pizza Hut?
I'd say about 80 calories, 100 calories.
About 80 to 100, okay.
100 calories, 900.
How many calories do you think
Oh, too many.
there are in a margherita pizza?
Oh, too many, yes. I couldn't really say.
20,000.
20,000?
Well, it depends if it's a deep pan or a thin one. I was thinking
Where do you order your pizzas? So out of those, which one would you be likely to have if that was the choice?
I would go for the chicken.
Chicken goujons, okay. So let's see, how many calories do you think there would be in a portion of chicken goujon?
Gosh, I don't know. How many calories? About 120.
120, okay.
I don't know. I'm not very good at this.
340. The margarita there, 250. 250 calories.
That is amazing. See, I told you I'm no good at this. No wonder I'm putting on weight.
It looks like the experts were right. We don't seem to have the first clue about the calories we're consuming when we dine out. But do we fare any better when it comes to how much we're really eating at home? I've travelled to Huddersfield to meet the Foam family, who are mystified by their weight.
So first of all, tell me a little bit about your lifestyle. Well, what do you both do for a living?
I'm a manual street sweeper and Ian's a postman.
Okay, so pretty active jobs?
Pretty active, yes.
Yes.
Okay, what about food? What sort of diet do you have? Would you say it's healthy?
Very.
I would say so, yeah.
Very
We
healthy.
enjoy pastas, we enjoy rice dishes most of the time.
Potatoes.
Do you have any idea of what's in it in terms of calorie content?
I wouldn't have a clue. I'll be
Not an
honest.
idea.
Do you know how many calories you should consume each day in terms of being a man and a woman?
About 2,500 for me and
I
about
think
2
mine's
for you.
2,000.
Yeah, spot on. And do you think you come close to that or outside that?
If it's above, I wouldn't have thought it would be much above, to be honest. It's... We only tend to eat once a day, don't we?
Once a day, usually, yeah.
You don't eat lunch?
No.
Or breakfast?
No.
And what about in between meals then? Do you snack?
No.
Never?
No.
You don't either, Sam? A teenage girl that doesn't snack?
I don't.
Are you sure? Puddings?
No.
No.
God, you're virtuous lot, aren't you?
I don't like pudding.
So you can't think of a single reason why the weight's crept on?
No. Difficult.
Baffling.
Yes.
It is really baffling.
Dispatches has agreed to try and help the Foams solve the mystery of their weight gain by installing cameras in their home to monitor their eating habits.
Now look, when I open the fridge door, there we are, and it will show you whatever you take out of this fridge. And then obviously the freezer will be in shot because we've got our camera up there in the corner of the room as well that's monitoring everything. So let's see if this holds the key. I'll be back in a week.
Right.
According to the experts, it actually doesn't take much for any of us to pile on the pounds.
The thing about obesity is it creeps up on you. It's not usually that people are eating gargantuan amounts of food, it's that they're eating a little bit more than they need day in, day out. And you can calculate that if somebody eats only, say, 70 calories more than they need to match their energy expenditure, that's about the amount of calories that would be in a ginger biscuit, that would be enough to put on 70 pounds over 10 years. And that could turn a slim 25-year-old into an overweight or obese 35-year-old.
Over the coming days, we'll be keeping a close eye on the Foams. When the week's up, will our cameras reveal exactly why they're overweight? Next, we're tracing the cause of Carol Gerarda's excess weight. This belly dancing teacher's pretty sure her spare tire's not down to her sweet tooth.
Even if I just live on water and fruit, I still don't lose weight. My metabolic rate's never been tested by a doctor or anybody medically. It's something which, you know, when you read magazines and you find out about things, that's the type of thing that I've sort of put in my own mind, thinking that's what's causing the problem.
She's given up trying to diet, convinced her metabolism is working against her.
I'm not disciplined in what I eat at all. So if I have a feeling for something, I have to have what I want. I do love cream cakes. There can be an occasion when I can buy a pack of 2 or 4 and I'll eat 3 of those, you know. But then that's my dinner. I won't eat that on top of a meal. So I'm really, really hungry before a dance class. I will then maybe have a Mars bar or a Snickers bar or something like that, just to quickly trough down and then think, oh, I'm going to burn this up in exercise anyway, you know.
We'll be returning to test Carol's metabolic rate a little later.
For your drink.
In part 2, we reveal just how fattening kids' meals are.
The chips are a bit salty and they give you a bit too much chips.
And our surveillance cameras provide a clue to unlocking the mystery of the Foam family.